Hey guys, back with another video, and today I have my book of the month. So I believe it was February. I skipped book of the month, February or January. I actually can't even remember. But I got it for March because my birthday is in March, so I get a free birthday book. So without further ado, let's see. All right. I got 3 books this month. All right, and the first one is Listen for the Lie. This is a March pick. My face out of there. I like the red cover. So let's see what it says. This book is about. All right, it says, what if you thought you murdered your best friend? And if everyone else thought so too? And what if the truth doesn't matter? Lucy and Savvy were the golden girls of their small Texas town, pretty smart and viable. Lucy married a dream guy with a big ring and even bigger new home. Savvy was the social butterfly loved by all, and if you believe the rumors, especially popular with men in town. But after Lucky is found wandering the streets covered in her best friend Savvy's blood, everyone thinks she is a murderer. It's been years since the horrible night, and a night Lucy can't remember anything about, and she has since moved to LA and started a new life. But now the phenomenally huge hit true crime podcast Listen for the Lie and its 2 good-looking hosts, Ben Owens, have decided to investigate Savvy's murder for the show's 2nd season. Lucy is forced to return to the place where she vowed never to set foot in again to solve her friend's murder, even if she is the one who did it. The truth is out there if we just listen. So I chose this book because it reminded me of another book, not Night Swim. I was supposed to read that one, but I hadn't. No, actually, it was Night Swim. I did actually get to Night Swim. Yes, I did. So it was Night Swim, but there's another book I have in mind where it was a podcast. But anywho, it just reminded me of the podcast that is investigating a murder. So then people who are not a part of the podcast investigate the murder along with people who are a part of the podcast investigating the murder. So that's what I got this. So far, I didn't know that was a thing that I was going to like so much or love so much. But so far, I'm really digging the true crime podcast and people going to investigate. I guess for me, it's a lot like watching the supernatural investigators like Ghost Hunters and those sort of shows. And then people actually going on those trips to the places to, see if they can find a ghost, or just going there and not really want to do anything with the ghost, but just going to see the places that they visit. So I think that's what that reminds me of, and that's why I got it. Plus, it's just really, so far, the writing with podcasts and murder is been pretty good. So next I have First Lie Wins by Ashley Elstone. This cover actually reminds me of a different book by a male author, and I cannot remember his name to save my life. When I do, I will put it in here. But I know one of his novels is called The Changeling. But it's not The Changeling that reminds me of this book. It's one of his other books that's a little bit more popular than The Changeling. Anywho, the cover reminds me of that book, and that's my first reason why I picked it. Let's see what it has to say. Evie Porter has everything a nice Southern girl could want: a doting boyfriend, a house with a white picket fence, and a tight group of friends. The only catch, Evie Porter doesn't exist. The identity comes first, Evie Porter. Once she's given a name, a location by her mysterious boss, Mr. Smith, she learns everything there is to know about the town and the people in it. Then the Mark Ryan Summer, the last piece of the puzzle, is the job. Evie isn't privy to Mr. Smith's real identity, but she knows that this job isn't like the others. Ryan has gotten under her skin, and she's starting to envision a different sort of life for herself. But Evie can't make any mistakes, especially after what happened last time. Evie Porter must stay one step ahead of her past while making sure there's still a future in front of her. The stakes couldn't be higher, but then Evie has always liked a challenge. That's still, for me personally, not much to go off of, but I really appreciated the fact that it says that she likes the challenge. And it reminds me of How I Met Your Mother, where Barney is just always like, challenge accepted. So this is me diving into a book with not much to go off of, so challenge accepted. And last but not least, I very much so picked this book solely based off of the cover. It is gorgeous. It's called The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. And I like the stars. Like I said, I love this book, and I got it solely because of the cover, because it's books on the cover. So, oh, I forgot to tell you guys that this was a January pick. And this is the Book of the Year finalists. So, one thing, if you are a BFF of the Book of the Month, and I have a BFF membership. I've had one since like 2000, I don't know, 2013 or something, or I don't even know. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm gonna have to go back, and it might even be 2016. I know I've been with Book of the Month for a long time, and it's not hard to get a BFF membership. I think you have to order boxes for like 6 months to a year, and just be consistent with it, and you can skip a few months after you get the BFF membership, but it has to be like consecutive without missing in order to get it. Still not very hard. They have really good choices. Anywho, The Wishing Game. Let's see what it says. Years ago, a recluse mega seller author quit writing under mysterious circumstances. Suddenly, he resurfaces with a brand new book and a one-of-a-kind competition offering a prize that will change the winner's life. Make a wish. Lucy Hart knows better than anyone what it's like to grow up without parents who loved her. In a childhood marked by neglect and loneliness, Lucy found her solace in books, namely the Clock Island series by Jack Matterson. Now a 26-year-old teacher's aide, Lucy is able to share her love of reading with bright young students, especially 7-year-old orphan Christopher Lamb. Lucy would give anything to adopt Christopher, but even the idea of becoming a family seems like an impossible dream without proper funds and stability. Just when Lucy is about to give up, Jack Matterson announces he's finally written a book. Even better, he's holding a contest at his home on the real Clock Island, and Lucy is one of the 4 lucky contestants chosen to compete to win the one and only copy. Of course she is. For Lucy, the chance of winning the most sought-after book in the world means everything to her and Christopher. But first, she must contend with ruthless book collectors, wily opponents, and the distractingly handsome and grumpy Hugo Reese, the illustrator of the Clock Island books. Meanwhile, Jack the Mastermind, Masterson, is plotting the ultimate twist ending that could change all of their lives forever. This just reminds me of Getaway Island, where people die. I can actually remember. Sorry, I just looked over and saw one of the books to see if it was over here, but it's not. I can't remember the name of the book that this reminds me of, but I can describe it. It is the book where they all go to the island to get married. Some of the friends have fallen out, and they didn't necessarily rekindle their relationship, but they're still friends-ish. and they all go to this island for a wedding. And the guys and the girls were all at a prep school, guys in, girls in. The guys did a hazing sort of incident with one of the gentlemen. So the entire time the book is set up that this gentleman is the one that's like knocking off people on this island, but then it turns out to be the cook on the island that is knocking off people, because a part of the hazing incident end up getting her husband or her son or something like that killed. I can't remember. It was a really good book. I hadn't read it in a few years, but as soon as I read the synopsis for this, it reminded me of that book, which now sounds like I need to go back and reread it. And I know I can't remember a whole lot from that book because I read that book in one sitting, because that's how good it was. So I feel like this is going to be a book that I'm going to read in one sitting. But this reminds me of that book, so that's why I got it. So those are all of my books that I got for March. All right, and then there is my bookmark. Let's see. It says, let's get to the book of the month. And then, oh, so this bookmark copy was submitted by Britannia L. from Somers, Connecticut. And she's been a member since 2001. So they are doing submissions again for the bookmarks, which I absolutely loved. That was one of the biggest things that I loved about Book of the Month when they first became a business, because I've been with them since they first became a business. I just don't remember what 2000 year that was. Let's see. And I got a congratulations. It says, congratulations to our finalists. Thank you to all who voted Book of the Month here. And the lolly goes to Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. So this is like the card that tells us who all were finalists, and then the winner is on the back. So this is something new. I have never received this in the mail before, and I think that's kind of cool. It's going to get used as a giant bookmark, to be perfectly honest. And I'm just going to write the year on it, so that way I know it is 2004, or not 2004, 2024. Or would it be 2023? Did they win Book of the Year for 2023? How are they doing it? Anywho. Yeah. There's that. Oh, it is 2023. If I would have just looked on the back of the special. Okay. Anyway. That's that. But anyway, that's all I got. Those are my book choices that I got for the month of March. That's all I got for you. Until next time, bye.